Hello and welcome to this course. My name is Dalila Tuhami and I'll be guiding you through how to start building your first community-based business. So the goal is I would like you to go from I have no idea where to start or how to start to launching your own membership business using simple steps, collecting testimonials and start generating revenue, and learning how to manage and engage a community effectively and efficiently. You want to develop acquisition and retention systems. If you don't know what I mean here, it will make sense as we go through this course. Now, the outline of this course, we start by the foundation that is necessary to go through before we go to phase 1, crafting your MVP offer, what we call minimum viable offer. Second phase is setting up your home, and that's basically setting up your community platform, whether Skool or not. Facebook ads if you want to use paid traffic. Email autoresponder that is necessary whether you want to do paid ads or not. And organic traffic like social media or YouTube channel. Also, if you want to use funnels, we'll be showing you how to set up your first funnel. The third phase will be all about how to acquire clients and retain them. So let's get started. Here we're going to start by setting up your goals. Then we need to know our audience. The third step is defining your 3 Ps. What are your goals? So for the goals, I have a spreadsheet for you to help you with setting up your goals. And you have the first, and you can add your first year goal. Here you can set a 3 months or 12 weeks goal. You have also a monthly goals and weekly goals. So for example, let's say you're going to start selling a course with community. So the goal will be complete the course and enroll at least 50 paid members within 12 weeks. That's just an example. Now, when you have all your goals defined, you have a daily tasks list here. If you want to use it, and then you can set the priority. Is it high, medium, or low? And then the progress, is it in progress? Is it finished? And for the date this is interactive calendar. If you click on it, you can change let me show you. So here, if you click on the date, it shows you the calendar, and then you can choose whatever date you need to complete your task. That's the goals tracker. I have also a daily prioritizing task, then that's using the Eisenhower matrix. So what we try to do here, only do the tasks that are urgent and important. Whatever is not urgent is still important. If it's important and not urgent, we schedule it. We do it later, and if it's not important and not urgent, we should delete it. Sometimes we got up doing things that don't move the needle at all, and we're just wasting time. So I have an example. So examples here of the task I'm doing myself. Finalize the week 1 course content, and then the subtasks, and I just brain dump them here. So prepare the course slides, refine supporting materials, and record the lessons. All these are important and urgent because I need to get this membership ready. So they are all urgent. I'll give you an example of tasks that don't really move the needle. Choosing the colors for the classroom cover, for example. Not to be done at all. It's good to measure the goal in terms of how many members are joining, or how many leads you're getting, or how many email list subscribers or followers you're getting. But it's also important to set a measurable financial goal. For example, when we talk about pricing strategy of the offer, say an online course, you want to price it at $497, you should write a sales target to reach your revenue goal. The revenue goal is around 10K. You get 15 sales at this price. It gives you 7,455. That's closer to hitting the goal. And then you say, I'll add some digital products and services, a mini course or some materials, and price them at 97. And then your sales target will be 20 sales, and then revenue is almost 2,000. And then you have, for example, an exclusive membership or coaching package, high ticket, priced at $1,000. That's how specific you should be when defining your financial goals. So we've gone gone through some of this, but let's just go through an example here. Let's say the vision, I want to build a community-based business that generates 10K a month in revenue. So the SMART goal, SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So the SMART goal will be, I will reach 10K a month in revenue by launching my membership program and attracting 100 paying members in the next 6 months. Now the milestones, monthly goals will be define the offer and pricing, build and launch community, run first paid marketing campaign, and then reach 100 members and the revenue. The action steps, research competitors, draft out statement, set pricing. So you have to go define step by step action steps one by one, and prioritize using the Eisenhower matrix sheet. And then for accountability, in this community, we support you. We're here we celebrate. Don't forget to share those small actions that you took so we can celebrate them. Now we talk about, so here we said the second step is know your audience. So what is an audience? The audience is a group of people who will benefit from what you offer, and you communicate with them through your business. You might ask me why we need to know my audience. Let's go back to the basics and see how you can make money. Just foundation of how you make money in any business is you create an offer and then tell the world about it. Now, when you create an offer, you need things like defining the 3 Ps. We will define them in a minute. We need to prepare your minimum viable offer, upsell offers. We need to name our offer. We need to define the pricing, the membership structure. When it comes to telling the world, we either use organic content, meta ads, memberships, onboarding and support if we create in a community, email, community posts, landing page and copy, and VSL or video sales letter. All these components are needed when we're running a business. So creating an offer and telling the world they overlap in one thing that is really important and you need to master. That is knowing your audience. If you know our audience, we'll be able to create an offer that fits the market and it aligns with what your audience needs. It's the same thing when it comes to naming your offer and pricing your offer and the membership structure. You structure your membership initially based on the market research, but later on it will be shaped by your members. And the same goes for email marketing, community posts, landing page. In all these parts of the business, we need to know the audience. Now let's define how we can create an offer. To create an offer, we need to find a problem many people have. So people are in one situation and they're not satisfied with their current situation and they want a better situation. We need to solve this problem for them. And that's our promise to them. We want to take them from the before to the after. So when we say many people, obviously these are the people who you're trying to sell to. It might be obvious. I'm trying to explain it in a very, very basic way. So based on this very basic concept, we'll build our business. Here are some examples of the before and after. That's another example of before and after. And this is the third example of before and after. And I chose these examples because they're visible. They're easily to visualize, but there are plenty of other examples, and I'll give you some lists later on in one of the worksheets. Now, when we talk about the market, the broad audience could be as big as sports. When we talk about target audience, we can think of fitness enthusiasts. Let's say our target audience is fitness enthusiasts. Now, ideal customer will be beginner runners. Beginner runners are still fitness enthusiasts. They're very focused on one type of fitness, and that is running. Now, when we talk about buyer persona, and buyer persona is simply a specific person. We create a buyer persona that is a specific person who ticks all the boxes of our ideal customer. customer that as soon as they see our offer, will buy it. For example, Emily, who represents the perfect match for your product or service. Now, again, why we need to know our ideal customer? So we need to know our audience and the ideal customers. We will define the ideal audience in general, but we will focus here, ideal customers. Those are the people who will buy from you. If you try to reach these people, if you're trying to talk to these people, it's too broad and it's not easy to get them to buy. So it's better for us to focus on ideal customers. So the pros of knowing ideal customers is being so clear on what you offer that the right people come to you. Maybe you heard the saying of confused minds never buy. Again, I'm emphasizing this. If you know your audience, if you know your ideal customers, you will be able to define all these easily and in a way that speaks to them. Now, the second part is getting attention. To tell people about your product, you need to grab their attention, whether by paid or free methods. So if you get the attention of people who are interested in your offer, it will be easier for you to sell your products and services. Now, the questions that we should ask to know our audience, the outer circle, we need to know what are their biggest challenges or pain points. What are their pain points? What motivates them to take action? What are their goals and aspirations? These are just some of the questions that you should ask. I'll move on to the sheet where we have a very detailed question that we should ask and answer to be able to know this group of people. Now, then we need to analyze competitors. And the third one is engage with communities. We talked about that. I personally participate in social media groups, industry-specific platforms where your target customers hang out, and listen to the conversation and take notes on their struggles and desires. So let me show you an example. I have this example for you, free Instagram masterclass. See, first I'd read the ad and see what they're offering. So they're offering free Instagram masterclass and they give the details about this masterclass they're offering. And if you check here, you can see how many likes they're getting and how many comments they're having. I will go to the comments and then start reading. I usually go on to read all these comments, note down what are the words they use, either positive or negative. Negative that show their pain points, and positive shows their motivation and why they're interested in this specific offer. I only got to see half of it and I want to do it again today. Can you send me the link? This shows that people are highly interested in this. I would love this, but do you have another date? So you see, one of the problems here are when you have a live masterclass, people can't really make it. Some people are working or have other commitments. So having replays, let's see if she replied to them. I think she did. Sure, we have new dates available. Feel free to check the link and join on a day that fits you best. So they have replays and they ask people to join on different dates. You see, hoping for a date I can attend soon again. So you see the problem they're having here. This is great. How does it last? I only have an hour. Yeah, will other dates be listed in for September? You see, people are asking about the dates. Here we have a CRM made for, does this work for online businesses? You see, they're asking questions. Obviously, these are random ads, but you want to look at the ads that are relevant to your particular niche. So you see, if you read, you'll get a lot of insights. You can take notes and see what's pain points and the motivation for your audience, for the audience. If we go to a group, we're talking about groups. Let's say your niche is sales and you join this specific group. You see, here's an example of this is an example of the posts that you need to spy on and take notes. As a sales rep, what have your biggest lessons around? Follow-ups. You see people are answering and you can see a very lengthy answers and they're recommending a book. Here, trust your CRM, not your memory, as someone struggling in sales do. and then read all these comments and take notes. I hope you got the idea. So let's define the ideal customer. We need to know the demographic. We have to go very specific and know their age. We have to know which age group we're targeting, gender if it's relevant, location, income level, occupation, and then psychographic. When it comes to psychographics, I gave you here just 4 examples. That's their values, hobbies, lifestyle, and motivations. And then pain points and challenges. Here are just, as I said, some examples, and I'll show you in a worksheet 1 how we're going to define these. Then goals and aspiration. So I have another sheet here that gives you the most important questions that you should ask, give the answers to, and those are the ones that will help you when you are to write a post on social media, when you want to write scripts for a video, when you want to write the ad copy. If you are DMing people or doing sales calls, it helps you with those. Use their own language, the language they use to describe their pain, to describe their motivation. And from the research you do on your competitors and this exercise of knowing your ideal customers, answering the transformation questions, we're able to do it. So you have the daily struggles, limiting beliefs, and by the way, this is inspired by Evelyn. Daily struggles, limiting beliefs, behaviors, primary emotions. Read these statements and answer them. Just do your best to answer as many of these questions as possible. If we go to foundation worksheet, we go all the way to target audience, ideal customer. I might put this apart at the top later on, but here we learn about the ideal customer. Who are your ideal customers? Opportunity to write them down if you prefer. You start here. You can write them on Google Doc here, and then they will help you answer these questions. Where you get this information, again, from your competitors, from groups, from communities. I didn't mention the Skool communities. You should go to Skool, discover communities, and then write your niche or select from the list we have here. If it's business, health and fitness, personal development. So if you click on it and then go here, you can filter by free or paid. If you have the budget and you can join paid communities, it will help you a lot because you will see exactly what your competitors are doing to get paid customers. If not, free communities are really useful, still useful for someone who's just starting out. You will get a lot of insights behind the scenes stuff that your competitors are doing. If you're in the personal development, you can check these communities. Well, try to join and hopefully they will accept you. Usually what they're looking for are genuine profile. They're trying to prevent bots joining their communities. So try to have your own photograph, your name, and try to join them. Now the action you should take for this part is create your ideal customer profile using your know your customer sheet and share it in the community for feedback. Step 2 is identifying a profitable niche. If you know your customer, or you already know what you're doing, right? But let's just say validate your idea. The niche you're going to start your business in should have the promise. We talked about the promise. You should have some skills to be able to fulfill the promise. You should be passionate about it, and then it must have a market demand. Why all these? So the promise, you should either fulfill the promise for yourself or for someone else. So this helps with credibility. If you have testimonials from people you helped, it helps a lot to get more customers. The skills help in capability. The skills shows your prospect that you're capable of helping them, and the passion is needed to stick with the business model long term. Helps with sustainability. The market demand, obviously, it needs to be profitable. If we're not making money from this, it's called a hobby, not a business. I just talked about the promise. For example, helping pet owners go from feeling frustrated with their dog's behavior to building a strong, trusting bond through effective training techniques, improving their relationship and the dog's behavior. Now, the skills in this particular example will be positive reinforcement training, dog behavior modification, and the techniques that helps the dog in this transformation. Now, the passion. The person who goes for a pet or dog's training should have animal behavior and building strong relationship between pets and owners. Should have a passion for animal behavior and building strong relationship between pets and owners. The market demand searching if people are searching for this problem. And how you do that, we talked about active communities, existing products and services. The one thing that I didn't mention here is Google search. Should go to Google Trends and or paid ads in the niche. We talked about the ad. So if we type Google Trends and type dog training, usually we go to the country, choose the country where you're going to offer your services. If you want just a general overview worldwide, you shouldn't choose past day. You should choose the last year to see how it is. And let's say you're operating in United Kingdom. The last year, you see, it's very high, and it's an evergreen niche and highly profitable. The next thing we should look at is the past 5 years to see how's the trend. So you see it's still very high. It has some seasons where it's down, for example December, and then it's high in January. I'm not sure if it's affected by the holiday season. Anyway, that's how you look at the trend to see if your niche has demand or not. Now step 3 is defining the 4 P's. We talked about the situation before and after. So before is the problem, the after is the promise. How we go from before to after is the path, is the method or mechanism you're going to use to fulfill the promise. We shouldn't ignore positioning. Positioning is how you differentiate yourself from the mark. You have to have something different, and we go through that in a minute. Let's just give the example. Let's go back to the example of the dog. So the problem before, that's the problem, behavior is not acceptable, and then after is when you fulfill the promise. The example of before, problem is being overweight, the promise is getting into shape. So once you go through this part and you do all your homework, you should define your niche. You post it in the community. So this is a small win, but we celebrate all wins. We celebrate small wins in our community, and you will feel like you're progressing, and that's what we want, right? Positioning is how your customer perceive you compared to your competitors. So we have this graph here, what we call positioning map. Here we have the price, and here we have the quality. So competitor 1 has a low quality or bad quality and cheap price. Competitor number 2 has an average price and a much better quality than the first one, and the third one has a quality that is worse than the competitor number 2 and a high price. So that's why it is positioned here. So you're aiming that your brand, your business should be here, around here. Quality is top, price is affordable. Some people argue that you need to go high ticket. I'm not going to have this debate. So do price your product as it aligns with you believe. If you believe in low ticket, go for low ticket. If you believe in high tickets, go for high tickets. If you want, so this is the tangible, what we call tangible positioning. So this is that can be measured. The quality more or less can be measured. The price can be measured. There is also another way to differentiate yourself is the feeling. Positioning isn't about just the quality and value versus price. It's also how people feel about your business. You may ask me what type of feeling, and here are some examples. The customer feels supported. They feel empowered, motivated, confident. Motivated is repeated here, valued, understood, and inspired. If you don't know what I mean here, we go to the Skool community. Let me go to the Skool community, and if you go to product feedback, you see that's exactly what I'm talking about. Skool is the best place to be on the internet. You see, that's the opinion on one of the customers of Skool. So that's how you want people to feel about your brand. Skool is hand down the best place on internet for growth, connection, and building a legacy. And then this guy goes on to describe why he loves it, and he also includes a poll for people to answer. And you see here, people they agree with his opinion. Skool is a pure transformation, energy, connection. This is what we call emotional positioning. We have tangible and emotional positioning. You don't need to know these fancy words. Here, a premium priced course brand may offer high quality content, but its emotional positioning could emphasize making students feel supported, confident through personal mentoring, will set it apart from the competitors. So if your course is as good as competitors, what differentiating yourself from them is how you make your students feel. Positioning is a combination of both tangible factors and emotional experiences. Together will help define your place in the market. If you're stuck on this step, and I understand that you don't know as a beginner where to position your brand or your business, it's okay, you will figure out with time. So I just wanted to mention it here because it's one of the foundation of businesses. But let me give you an example of differentiation. Be as simple as narrowing down. You could narrow even further than others. For example, productivity coaching. What many people are doing is highly competitive. So if someone comes in and offer it for neurodivergent entrepreneurs with ADHD, that's very narrow. So let's say someone is into healthy cooking. They could niche down by healthy snacks, but they can focus even further to a smaller group of people, and that's snacks for work, or school kids snacks, toddler snacks, or snacks for weight loss. Provide extra support more than other competitors. You can share your personal journey, why you started the course. This makes you relatable and helps build trust. You can inject your personality into teaching, your teaching style, or niching. I have a brand positioning statement. Formula is here. I add it also in the foundation worksheet. You'll find it there. Find your positioning. You should use the formula for your target audience. Add your brand. Provides the solution or the promise that have the key benefit, cause the differentiating factor. Necessary to mention here is aligning the positioning with your audience need. Initially, as beginner, you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know what this even means. But as you start to grow your business, you will be able to tell if your audience is responding well to the messaging you're putting out there, if they like what you're offering, if they like the way you're talking about it. So your action after you finish the positioning part is to share your positioning statement in the community. So when we finish this part, niche, audience, and positioning, we define the 4 P's that are problem, promise, path, and positioning.